Alright, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to today's video. This is going to be a two-part video. We're going to be showing you guys two workouts because they're going to be super short. Usually my workouts are like maybe 2.5, 3 hours or so. They're pretty long, but this week is going to be about hour-long workouts. The reason being, this is the last week of the strength block, so what we're going to be doing is a deload. So what I mean by a deload, usually you're going to taper down your volume significantly to help for recovery and reducing fatigue. In this case though, also what we're going to be doing is increasing the intensity. So the way that volume is going to go down is in terms of sets, going down to about 2 sets per exercise, down from 4, which I usually do. And then also we're going to be bringing down the reps down to pretty much, for this week with this workout, it's going to be like 2 or 3 reps per exercise. So very, very low volume. Just going to be seeing where my strength is at pretty much, getting that recovery from the low volume, and then we're going to attack right into a high volume phase. So the next workout video is going to be high volume, which is my personal favorite. So I guess let's get into it. Alright, so that was the leg press. As you saw, I was only doing 2 reps per set, but I worked up to 7.5 plates on each side. So a lot more weight than I was used to doing, but also, as you saw, with that very controlled form, because we didn't want my lower back getting a little weird or trying to get involved. Also the depth, how deep we were going, try to keep it consistent with the regular reps. Don't want to be doing anything funky in less range of motion with heavier weight, or also you don't want to try to extend that range of motion, because especially with leg press, you may then start bending at your lower back on the seat. So exercise number 2, which we're going to be getting into, is going to be the barbell hip thrust. Going to be doing sets of 2, maybe 3 if I'm feeling good, but we got 525 on the bar, so let's get started. These sets are so anticlimactic, they're so short. So we're going to superset these with pull-ups. Usually I do 50 per day, but we're just going to do these in between. So also tapering down the volume and pull-ups too. So just going to be 2 in 2 sets, hopefully doing 10 or more reps per set. Also, shout out to Flex Comics for sending over the shirt. Marvel Endgame is coming out, which I'll be seeing in, I think, 2 weeks. So very excited for that, but I'm kind of rusty on my Marvel knowledge, but looking forward to Endgame coming out. Sad as that is, that's it for that superset. Only 4 total sets. Alright, so next up we have RDLs. So we're going to be doing sets of, I believe it's going to be 2 to 3, because last time I did sets of 4, and that was during the strength block, and I did 315 at the last week. So we're going to bump it up to about 335, and then we're going to do 2 to 3 reps. So typically I would do leg curls at this point, but because just the way the machine is set up is I'm doing the full stack and I'm doing 12 reps minimum with that. So if I want to get that kind of like strength or like really low volume per set, there isn't enough weight that I can put on there that's really going to kind of fatigue me or challenge me in the like 4 to 6 rep range. So that's why we're doing RDLs instead, and we're only going to be doing 1 hamstring movement just to get that recovery as well and that really low volume. So that's why we're doing RDLs instead. Also, I typically would superset this with goblet squats. Kind of the same issue is present. The 125s is the highest dumbbell we have. Then I'm able to do that for sets of like 10 to 12. So there's no real point in just cutting it at like 4 reps and calling it a strength block because it wasn't challenging enough. So something I see a lot is when people go into these strength blocks or lower their rep ranges, they're not increasing the weight enough. Your weights or your workout always have to be sufficiently difficult, which is going to induce you to overcome and adapt. So if you're just doing your sets of 20 weight for sets of 4, you can't really call that a strength block or upping the intensity. So that's what you gotta keep in mind when you're doing these. And a lot of people do say, I don't wanna lift heavy because I don't wanna hurt myself. It's all relative. You don't see me, I'm just taking a 20-pound jump from my sets of 4 to my sets of 2 to 3. If you're gonna be doing your sets of 1 coming from sets of 5, you're not adding on 100 pounds and doing something you're not gonna be comfortable with. It's tiny jumps. If you go from sets of 5 to sets of 1, you're gonna be bumping like 20 to 50 pounds. So keep that in mind if you're gonna be bringing down your rep ranges and doing a strength block or kind of this high intensity deload. And be smart as always. Do not change your form or decrease your range of motion when you're putting on heavier weight. Try to keep things consistent. So I've talked way too much, so we're gonna get into the set. That's 1. The reason why I said it's 2 to 3 reps is because the first set I'm not sure whether or not to count that or to count that, so we're just not counting it today to make sure it's sets of 2, but it's technically 3. So that's the first set. Let's get the second one. We just did those straight through because the single leg press is probably what we're gonna end up doing. It was taken, so now we're gonna work from there or wait until it's free, but it's looking pretty free. It's looking on a 1 to 10 to America. It's looking, all right, mess that up. All right. So we're gonna finish things up with the single leg press. So gonna be bumping up. I think my sets of 8 was about 260, so we're gonna bump up to about sets of 4 because this is usually a higher rep exercise. Gonna do sets of 4 with 300 according to the machine. So just gonna do 2 sets of this, and honestly this has been a really quick workout, but next week is gonna be a completely different story with the high volume. So let's get started. Too bad, but that's going to be doing it for our lower day. Also going to deload my calf volume, as sad as I am with that, but this is going to do it for the lower day. This is the final day of the deload, so the heaviest that I'm going to be lifting for probably another 16 weeks. Gonna have a new training block coming up next week, but what we're going to do is we're also going to be showing you guys the upper day and see how strong I am with those exercises as well. So probably going to see you tomorrow morning. Bye. Welcome back to the video. This is the next morning, so we just got into the gym. It is 5:10 a.m., so we're gonna get into some incline press. I think I've only got like 12 sets for this whole workout, so we're just gonna be running through it. I may work up to a single on the incline press, or maybe just stick with doubles, so we're gonna see how that goes. But again, there's gonna be a quick workout. This is my last one of the deload. Resting tomorrow, then the new training block starts, which I'm super excited for, because we'll be getting pumps again. Also sipping on, I didn't talk to you guys about this the last workout, but sipping on some Prolific. I'm also doing Prolific, just 2 scoops, instead of doing the 1 scoop Prolific, 1 scoop high volume. That's because I don't need too much pump product if I'm doing sets of 2. So we're gonna get into this and see how heavy we can get. I did for my set of 3 was 255. So today, if I go for a single, see how I am. I usually kind of move the reps in relation to the weight. Is usually about, for me on bench, is going to be 10 pounds per rep. So going from 3 to 1 rep, we're going to add 20 pounds because there's 2 rep difference. So we're going to see what 275 feels like. Hopefully it's not an RP 11. So we're going to put that on, and I'm going to self lift off. I'm on. If I'm dying, just drop the camera and save me.
Bye.
I believe in me. But if I went for a second rep, it'd probably be close to being something bad. So we're gonna cut it there, just do a set of 2 with 265. But I think that's the heaviest I've ever incline pressed, so I guess that's a win for now. But we're gonna drop it down and do 1 set of 2. Not too bad. So now we're gonna go to pull-ups and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. All right, so mom made fun of me, but we're gonna do a set, well, 2 sets of 1 pull-up. So we're gonna see the 1 rep max on pull-ups. I think last time I did a 1 rep max, I got 80 pounds. So we'll see if these noodles can get 90. That wasn't too bad, so we'll try 95 as well. But yeah, sorry. Should I?
Go for it.
I mean, it's 95, it pretty much rounds up. All right, so we're gonna, because you can't stop at 95, unless that was like an RPE 12, so we're gonna grab the 100 and see how that goes. So that is 100. That's cool. But I guess in total that would be because I weigh like 219 this morning, so it's a 319.6 pull-up. So you probably can beat me. But that is the pull-ups. We did 3 reps, but that's gonna do it. Very low volume today. But we're gonna go into some seal rows for like sets of 2, and also some flat bench. So come over there. All right, so we're gonna do superset number 2. This is gonna be the seal rows, and it's also gonna be the flat dumbbell bench. So, gonna be doing sets of 2 with this. Last time I did sets of 4 with, I believe, hundreds in each hand. So we're gonna try the 110s on each hand. Probably do a little bit of a hold with these, just because doing 2 reps, you wanna make sure you're fully locking them out because it's such low reps. So maybe like a second pause or something with these. Also, we're going to be supersetting that with dumbbell flat bench, and kind of the limiting factor here especially, and depending on your gym you may run into this, the dumbbells only go up to 120, which I can do for probably like 5 or 6. So kind of like what I mentioned earlier with the RDLs, is you always want to have more weight than you can do at your gym, just so you always have something to strive to. In this case, we want to do a strength block and only be doing sets of 2 or maybe even 3, but because we're limited to the 120 dumbbells and I'm already kind of there, we're just going to do pretty much as many as I can, which I believe should be about 5 or 6 reps. And that's just, you can't just take off and do an easy set, and also barbell bench isn't in this training block, so we're just going to make do with what we can. So we're going to get into it. Elbow the person behind you. That's to ensure that you're not just doing like a curl. You want to elbow the person behind you. That's going to make you allow your lats to get engaged. So one more superset, which will make us a total of 2 sets.
squeeze.
Thanks, dude. Alright, so that's it. Now we're going to go into close grip bench press and machine chest supported row. Alright, next up we have close grip bench. We're going to be doing sets of 2. Hopefully not going to die under 285 because last time there were some sets where I could do 275 for 3. So hopefully all goes well. If not, Mom will drop the camera. And I'll get him a new one. We'll try 295.
I think you got it.
He thinks so. So we're gonna also superset this with the chest supported rows for also sets of 2. That's it. one more round. I don't know, there may have been another one. But
I think you could hit 305.
Maybe. But I think I did last strength block, I did a single with close grip, and I think I hit 325. So my strength is either just there or maybe a little bit less, because also I didn't have a lot of barbell pressing in this training block. So we'll see with next block if bench and close grip also start going up a lot more. So now we're gonna got the last exercise, last set. We're just gonna finish this up with one more set of those rows. And that's literally it for this workout. It's been like an hour.
And then two reps of calf raises or calves?
No, deload week.
Okay. Wow.
That's it. So that is it for this workout. As high volume and hard that it was, time intensive, it is over. Usually I'll take deloads probably after the end of my first 6 weeks of high volume, and then I'll take it about 8 weeks or so later after the strength block. So this is just to get that extra recovery and then also just allow some fatigue to dissipate. And also it's kind of nice getting that refreshing short workouts, and also in this one specifically playing with a little heavier weight. So volume is very low, the time was very low, but I'm very excited to start getting pumps back, getting a chronic bicep pump, and then that'll be going back to the high volume this upcoming week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you guys some value. If it did, please smash that like button, comment down below, and then we'll see you guys in the next video. Keep it flexible. I'm out.